everybody, it's Emily at Arg Schooling, and today I'm going to be doing a tea tasting and showing you some books. So I got my tea from Plum Deluxe a week ago, and I've just been like trying to make myself film this video for days. I'm very excited though because I've been like craving new tea. And so it's convenient to have their subscription because every time I feel the need to like go and order something from their website, a package comes. So I don't have to go and buy more things. So I'm very excited though to see what we got because the last like 2 months have been, or 3 months I think, have had some really good ones. So I'm very excited to see what's in here. So if you aren't familiar with Plum Deluxe, they are a fair trade tea store online and you can order from them, but they also have a membership subscription service where you can get monthly tea from them. So each month they send me 2 teas. One is their monthly surprise tea that everyone gets, and then you can do the 1 tea subscription, which is just that monthly tea, or you can do the 2 tea subscription, which is what I get, which is the monthly, then some random tea from their store. So anyway, let's just get in here because I'm very excited to see what I got this month. I really like their teas. They're all delicious. So let's see what we have in here today. So this is their monthly surprise, like everyone in the membership gets this tea, and this is Sweet Georgia Peach Black Tea. I'm just so excited right now. The last several teas that I've had from them that had peach in it have been some of my favorites, so I'm very excited. This is black tea, green black. Okay, I've never seen green black tea before. Peach pieces, peach maple walnut essence, calendula, love, and gratitude. And it has caffeine, and I'm excited. I think this is going to be what I try. Let's smell it and see what I think. I have a feeling it's going to be very peachy. Oh my goodness. This smells amazing. So I think this is probably what I'm going to be drinking for you guys today. And then, so that's the monthly tea. So it says on here that the May 2020 tea is Sweet Georgia Peach. Our peach teas always seem to be far and away the most popular teas featured in the club, so we're always looking for a fun twist. This year we're heading to the sweet tea capital of Georgia for a fun blend. Great both hot or iced. Sweet is relative compared to traditional sweet teas. Anyway, we like to keep the sweet profile low so you can add sweetener to taste. And for this year's peach blend, we've added the tiniest hint of Vermont maple and Georgia black walnut. It just adds a little something special and makes for an invigorating conversation starter. It also is nice with a splash of milk or creamer. The addition of some of our honey or maple dust can highlight that hint of nuttiness. I'm excited to try that. Okay, and then the other tea that I got this month is Caramel Almond Black Tea. Ooh, also sounds amazing. This is black tea, Rubio's tea, cinnamon chips, apple pieces, almond caramel essences, love, gratitude, and it also has caffeine. And I'm gonna smell that too because I bet you this smells amazing. I'm very excited. I can't even open it. I'm so excited. Hold on. Ooh. I can definitely smell like the cinnamon and the caramel. It smells like a cookie. It smells amazing, and Sarah's over here trying to steal my tea. I'm sure she's probably gonna help herself to all of it. So, there's also always a sample. The samples have just enough in here for like 1 cup of tea. And this one, or 2 cups if you're Sarah and you are very sparing with your tea. This one is Spring Romance Black Tea. Black tea, heather flowers, lilac essence, and it has caffeine. Ooh, this sounds really nice. I like to smell lilac. I don't know if I've actually had any tea with lilac in it though. Okay, I don't know about this one. This smells like baby powder to me. Sarah thinks it smells like the outdoors. I think it smells like baby diapers. So I don't know. Clean baby diapers. Anyway, so I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make some of the Sweet Georgia Peach Black Tea. And then I thought while it's steeping, I was going to talk to you about some of the books that I've been purchasing lately for the Build Your Library Level 6 update. So just a little hint of what's to come there. So I'm going to go start my tea and I'll be right back. And I'm back. So my tea is steeping. I'm gonna try that in a few minutes, but meanwhile, I thought we'd chat about some books. So I've been on a book buying binge the last couple of weeks while I've been like researching and collecting things for the Level 6 update. I'm very excited about how it's shaping up, but I kept finding holes of things that I needed to fill, and then books that I would just discover that sounded cool, but I don't know if they're gonna fit. So I'm just gonna show you a few of the things that I'm excited about reading, and I don't know, they might end up in Level 6, or they might not. I can't make any promises just yet. So I'll just show you some of them. I have How High the Moon by Karen Parsons. This book is about the Jim Crow South, and it's about a girl who is visiting her family, I believe, in South Carolina, and her mother's an aspiring jazz singer, and it says she gets teased because she's got lighter skin. And I think there's something to do with one of her new schoolmates is arrested for the murder of 2 white girls, and it's like a scandal rocking the whole town. And so this story is about like finding your place in the world, but also finding your place when the world is trying to shove you down. And it sounds really beautiful, and it's also, I believe it's a debut novel. I'm very excited. The cover alone just makes me want to read it. It's beautiful. I have It Ain't So Awful Falafel by Firuza Dumas, and this, it had me with the title, honestly. I just think that's the best book title ever. And this is a story about 1970s California. The main character, her name is Cindy, and she's just moved there, and she's trying to fit in, but it's hard to fit in when you're different. And her family's from Iran, and I believe they escaped the Iranian Revolution. And they're just trying to adapt and find their way in America during the 1970s, in a time where everyone was very anti-Iran. I've been dying to read this for ages, and this finally gave me an excuse to pick it up, and that is All American Boys by Jason Reynolds. I can't even tell you guys how many times this has been recommended to me, so I'm finally gonna read it. I'm very excited about it. This will probably be in Level 6, but I'm not positive until I've read it. But I have like a pretty good feeling about this book. And this is about, I believe it's basically very similar to The Hate U Give, but aimed more at middle grade. And I believe this is about a boy who is African American, and he gets targeted, and I think, does he get shot because it looked like he was stealing, or they thought he looked like he was stealing because he just fit the profile of what they imagined someone who would be stealing would look like. But then this other kid is a white kid, and he saw the whole thing go down, and he's the only one that knows the truth, that could speak up for Rashad. So I don't really know a lot more than that, but I'm very excited to finally pick it up. Then I have York, The Shadow Cypher by Laura Ruby. I actually stumbled upon this because I get emails sometimes about new releases, and I saw that I think the 3rd book in this trilogy just came out, and the 3rd book sounded really cool, and when I realized it was like the end of a trilogy, I really wanted to find out what the other books are. So this is a story about an alternate America in this New York City where these twins have created this amazing like puzzle that they've left behind, and people are trying to figure out the puzzle. I've heard it compared to the Westing game, which to me is pretty up there. Westing Game is one of the greatest middle grade mystery books ever. So to be on par with that, I'm very intrigued. I also am very intrigued that it takes place in New York City. I like reading about New York City, and especially like Gilded Age era New York and that sort of thing. And I believe, I don't know if this jumps back and forth in time, but it feels like that might be a thing, because it starts out in like the 1790s when they're creating this puzzle, and then it goes back to, I think, modern New York City. I'm not sure, but I'm very intrigued by this. Another book that I picked up that I don't know if this is going to actually end up in the level, but I was just so interested in reading it that I went ahead and bought it anyway. And that is Show Me a Sign by Anne-Claire Lizotte. This is a story about the deaf community in Martha's Vineyard in like the 1940s, I believe. And I just think it sounds really interesting. Yeah, it says, Mary Lambert has always felt safe and protected on her beloved island of Martha's Vineyard. Her great-great-grandfather was an early English settler and the first deaf islander. Now, over 100 years later, many people there, including Mary, are deaf. And nearly everyone can communicate in sign language. Mary has never felt isolated, and she's proud of her lineage. But recent events have delivered winds of change. Mary's brother died, leaving her family shattered. Tensions over land disputes are mounting between English settlers and the Wampanoag people, and a cunning young scientist has arrived hoping to discover the origin of the island's prevalent deafness. His maniacal drive to find answers soon renders Mary a live specimen in a cruel experiment. Her struggle to save herself is at the core of this penetrating and poignant novel that probes our perceptions of ability and disability. It will make you forever question your own ideas about what is normal. So I'm very excited about this book. It sounds like it's going to be a great read. I just don't know how it will fit, if it'll make it in or not, but I will probably be reading it soon, and I will definitely let you guys know my thoughts. And then the last book I'm going to show you is Fred Korematsu Speaks Up by Laura Atkins and Stan Yogi, and this is one of the Fighting for Justice books. I think there's a few in the series. This one tackles the Japanese internment that happened during World War II, and I was looking for something, a nonfiction on that topic. And so I'm very excited to give this a read. It's written in like half in verse, but then also, so you'll have some sections that are in poems in verse, and then some sections explaining like the history behind what was happening to the character. And it's based on the man who, I believe he took the case to the Supreme Court about what was done to the Japanese people during World War II. And so I'm very interested to read this and see what I think. So those are some of the books that I'm going to be potentially adding to level 6, if not just reading them and letting you guys know what I think of them. So I'm going to go and see if my tea is ready. And I have my tea in my fancy spring mug that I got from Plum Deluxe as well. So I'm really excited. So I made the Sweet Georgia Peach Black Tea. Let me see what I think. It smells delightful. This is really nice. It's very peachy. Obviously, it is peach tea, but it's the peachiest of their teas that I've had. And I can definitely taste like the nuttiness of the walnut. This time I just used sugar, but I think next time I might try the honey dust and see if that gives it a different flavor profile. It's very good though. I really like this. Thank you so much for watching. If you're interested, I'm going to leave a link in my description about Plum Deluxe where you can check out their store. I am an affiliate, so if you buy anything through the link, I will get a little commission, and I appreciate that very much. Their teas are all delicious. They're fair trade. They have some really interesting flavor combinations. I have to say, like, before Plum Deluxe came along, I was very much a tea bag, like just basic black tea kind of person. They've definitely helped me to like expand my palate and try new things that I never would have tried before. I used to believe that I didn't like fruity tea, and here I am raving about their peach flavored teas. This is not something I thought I would ever like. So I definitely recommend checking them out if you like tea, especially if you like loose tea. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Happy reading and tea drinking. Bye!